attention wherever it is, even in rooms that she isn't even. And it's ridiculous at this point. I mean, at what point are these people going to stop? So recently, you guys know what happened at the Image Awards. It seems like Dion Cole decided to come out here and make a joke about Nicki Minaj. Now, whilst it is no foreign thing for people to make jokes about other celebrities during award shows and stuff like that, it is certainly an interesting thing for the butt of the joke to be a black woman, and it is the Image Awards. Like, that's where you stand and say, okay, that's actually crazy. Now, this entire joke was multifaceted. It even included mocking God. And this is the part where I feel like people should just know where to stop. Because listen, the word of God itself says, do not be deceived, God cannot be mocked. It is certainly a choice to make mockery out of God. Now, this Dion Cole guy, somewhere, somehow, thinks that he is above eternity, thinks that he is above the divine being, thinks that he is above the Lion of the tribe of Judah, for him to stand in front of a lot of people and make a fake prayer for Nicki Minaj, talking about Nicki Minaj's buttocks, mocking her body shape, body shaming her. This is an official award stage before you guys start to act crazy, before you guys start to say bloggers do this all the time. This wasn't a blog post. This is not the internet. This is a formal black tie event, which is meant to uplift people of color. So it is certainly a decision. It is a choice that this man stood there and not only mocked Nicki Minaj, but decided to mock God whilst at it. It really takes a lot of audacity. It takes a lot of darkness. It really does take a lot of evil to say, well, not only am I going to mock you, I will also make mockery of your God. That is beyond comedy. And no matter how you guys want to try and phrase it and want to try and say, oh, you comedians make jokes at this point. No, this was calculated. This was calculated because Nicki Minaj has always declared that she's a Christian. Nicki Minaj has always declared that above all else, she serves reverence to God. So they properly said, you still don't see how deep this is. But anyway, he made that joke. The award show said that, well, that was just, him being a comedian and it's comedy and there's nothing wrong with that. They co-signed that. And with the way Hollywood has moved about Nicki Minaj's political stance, it is very clear at this point that Nicki Minaj is more hated than even the diddler. Nicki Minaj is more disliked than even people that are in the Epstein file. It means that PDF doesn't matter to people. If you're a PDF and you said F Nicki Minaj, people will forgive you for your sins. If you have unalived people and people said, and you go there and say F Nicki Minaj on a stage, people will forgive you as long as you are hating her. And personally, oftentimes when somebody is hated to this extent, it makes me curious. It makes me curious, what does that person have? What is it that is in that person that is making everybody feel like they have to dogpile on her? It's certainly interesting. Like, I have so many questions right now when it comes to Nicki, because at this point I'm like, she must be carrying something. Because I've seen horrible people, actual horrible people, getting a pass as long as they say something negative about Nicki Minaj. So certainly people do not hate her because she's a horrible person. No. Because if that was the case, they would have still continued to dislike the horrible people that say nasty things about Nicki Minaj. But as soon as somebody says something negative, be it Lizzo, be it any other person, before Nicki said anything about Don Lemon, people were calling him out. As soon as Nicki got into it with Don Lemon, it became a different story. All of a sudden, Don became a hero. It's interesting to watch those dynamics. Anyway, that being said, he made the joke, and in the crowd, there were celebrities that actually found that funny. And for those celebrities to actually be female, black women, I find that interesting. Particularly, I saw Halle Bailey laughing at this. And I was like, I know it's not Hailey who's laughing. A couple of months ago, I was here fighting with my subscribers in the comment section when I was saying to you guys, please, let's give her grace. When everything was going on with the DDG thing, I felt bad for her when the Little Mermaid came out and people were coming after her for her looks. We said, no, protect black women. It's not fair. It's not right for people to come after someone, especially because of their looks. It's not okay. And given that she's natural, because it's not a face that she got from the surgery table, God gave her that face. It's not good. We said that. We rallied behind her. So for her to turn around and to laugh at this joke is rather disappointing. It is rather disappointing, and that makes me feel like it seems like everybody who's aligned with Rock Nation in any way, to a certain extent, they sort of lose their common sense or their humanity or their conscience. Because those girls, when they came out, they were so sweet. You guys knew them. Halle, Chloe, sweet girls. Looked innocent girls. They looked level-headed. But for some reason, Halle found this joke really funny. And she was laughing. Tiana Taylor did the same thing. But with Tiana, I could see why. You guys have seen that recently she's sort of, gained fame since after that movie that she had to do to portray the character that she portrayed. She has been getting a little bit of Hollywood attention. And I guess when that attention is sweet, you just start to feel like anybody who's against Hollywood is crazy. Until the day they start to also show you their other side. That's when you're like, okay, now I see what the other person was talking about. So for Tiana to laugh, that was very rich of her. Let's hope it will not come back in the conversation about her being taken advantage and not being paid well in Hollywood, because clearly right now she finds it funny when the whole of Hollywood is dogpiling on a black woman. And this is why I say that a lot of this activism is very performative and it's very unnecessary, it's very hypocritical, it's very sad. Because how are you an Image Awards and this joke was written and you said, yeah, let's go with that, let's do that. Meanwhile, we are quiet about people that are actually mentioned in the Epstein files. People that are being accused of paying or buying the voice of black people. We didn't see you make a joke about that. Never did we see you make a joke about the diddler. But you've got all this energy for a woman. Now, I'm beginning to actually believe that for a lot of these people that present at the award shows, I'm beginning to feel like maybe they are given an ultimatum. Like, if you want this gig, you have to say something negative about Nicki Minaj. Because there's no way. The woman wasn't even in the room. And you knew she wasn't even going to attend. So what is this? If you think this is where it ends, you're wrong. Because the ridiculousness of this man, of course, the Babs were not just going to sit still after disrespecting her like this. And I feel like this is the reason why they've been trying so hard to infiltrate the fan base. They want to be able to dogpile on her and say all these things without anyone defending her. So the fact that the Babs clog them each time they do, it makes them so mad. And the Babs, per usual, were like, we do not care. We might be small, but we're mighty. We don't care what stage you were standing on. We will come for you. And they dragged the behind out of that man. They were dragging the behind out of that man in his DMs and everything. And I'm like, okay, so if you have the audacity to stand in front of a stage and make mockery of a woman who did nothing to you, who said nothing to you, all over her political views, that you're even going further to mock her religion, I'm sure you have some basketball somewhere there in your pants. But oh no, after the Babs were coming for his behind, what did he do? He started posting the DMs that he was getting from the Babs, acting like a victim now, and people were feeling sorry for him. And this is where I'm like, guys, this cannot be reality. I'm beginning to think that this is not the world. Something is wrong. Something is certainly wrong. Is it coming to an end? Because you cannot tell me that after what this man said, he turned around and played victim. Okay, if he did that, that's fine. But to believe that there are a number of people that are consoling him in the comment section, saying that you don't deserve this, these guys are crazy, it's bots anyway. And now I saw another new narrative they're going with. They are saying the Babs are Nicki Minaj's ghost accounts. And I'm like, she must have, 30,000 hours in a day. Because for her to own that many ghost accounts, she must have a longer day than all of us. It went from their bots to, it's Nicki Minaj banner accounts. And I'm just looking at them and I'm like, you guys really, truly, this woman disturbs whatever that is within you. The light that she carries disturbs whatever evil that you have been exposed to because of your love for Hollywood. She's like a mirror that some celebrities look at and they see what they could have been but are not able to because they allowed themselves to be sold out. And of course, amongst the people that were defending this Dion in the comment section was Lonnie Love. Like, whenever, now I'm thinking, her account, is it automated or something? Maybe there's a setting where whenever the name of Nicki Minaj is mentioned or Babs, she automatically, responds. She gets a notification, because this cannot be normal. I promise you, wherever Nicki is getting dragged, wherever Nicki is getting disrespected, wherever the Babs are getting accused of doing something, whenever it pertains Nicki Minaj, within the first 10 minutes, expect to see a Lonnie Love comment. Expect to see a comment from Lonnie Love. Whenever Nicki is mentioned. And I want you guys to pay attention to this. And at this point, I'm like, Lonnie, is everything okay at home? Like, is everything okay, eh? There's something wrong there. There has to be. There's no way you're always found wherever this woman is mentioned. Even after you tried to pull the stunt, Auntie Lonnie were trying to expose that she has had a baby and the gender of a baby and all. She's obsessed. Obsessed. What is that? From those days when she was interviewing Jennifer and all of these things, and I'm just like, ma'am, give it a rest. Are you not ashamed? It's like, it's like whenever she does that, I'm just like, she somehow, somewhere, she would have lost her shame. And for her to laugh at a joke about body shaming is very audacious and bold. I will give her that. She has audacity. Audacity as big as one of her thighs. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, I don't want to go down to her level. Like, it's not necessary. But sometimes you guys make it hard for us to take the high road that we always do. Because what audacity do you have to laugh at a joke about body shaming Lonnie? Look at what you're now making me do. This is out of character for me. I never comment of people who have natural bodies. Like, never. Lonnie, never, never, never. And I take back what I said earlier on because that's not my character. The only body that I'll comment on is one that was curated by men, by a surgeon, not something God created. For hair, that's God. God did that. So I apologize for my comment earlier on. Anyway, that being said, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Rihanna. It seems like Rihanna was out there hanging out with Don Lemon, okay? Now, people have started talking. No, actually, it's not people. It's TMZ that started this narrative. Because tell me why TMZ is desperate. It's either they're desperate or they genuinely know the Babs are going to respond. And I'm going with the latter. I think sometimes it's not even them and the hate campaign, but I think they sometimes are desperate for virality. They're desperate to go back and forth for engagement. And they know that the Babs are going to give them the engagement that they're looking for because even if someone doesn't like someone, this level is a new level. It's a whole another level. It's a whole new level where I'm like, there's no way that you made Don Lemon hanging with Rihanna about Nicki Minaj. I'm not kidding. You guys, they literally wrote the caption. Rihanna hangs with Don Lemon amidst his Nicki Minaj feud. And I'm like, it's been weeks, if not even a month, since Don Lemon and Nicki Minaj got into it. So what kind of a caption is that? What is this? I don't know. This is desperation. This is embarrassing even for Avi, even for TMZ. This is just so sad. This is rather pathetic because what does all of this have to do with Nicki Minaj? Like, yo. But like I said, I do believe they're simply doing it for engagement. They know Babs are going to respond because there is no way they legit did this and thought they were spiting Nicki Minaj or anything like that because it's ridiculous. That caption is ridiculous. And so it seems like the Navy and the Babs now were ready to get into it after that caption because the Babs were now also saying, actually, TMZ might be onto something this time because why does it seem like Rihanna is always best buddies with anyone that goes against Nicki Minaj? And the Navy were like, the Babs would never drag us. The Babs would never drag Ree. We are waiting for them. Which is very audacious in my own opinion. As someone who has nothing against Rihanna. Because you guys know that I've got my theory on this channel, right? About what happened to Rihanna and the career and everything. You guys know that I also have my theory about why she's not making music, right? So for that reason, I don't hate her. For that reason, I feel like one day she will speak. Okay? I feel like she was also a young girl that fell into the hands of the wrong people in Hollywood. In my own opinion. So I have nothing against her. But I find it rather interesting when her core fan base is out there saying that, try Rihanna. You would never try to drag Rihanna. And I'm like, where were you guys when the Beehive were having field day with Rihanna because of her weight gain as a result of her giving birth? I mean, that's really something worth being mad over. People making fun of women going through body changes because of childbirth. For me, if I was a core fan, that would be enough for me to go head to head with whoever is out there trying to shame my favorite. But we didn't see the Navy having that energy for the Beehive when they were mocking Rihanna and her weight gain. They were calling her all types of names. I never saw the Navy doing this. But leave it to the Navy to wait for Babs to come for Rihanna so that they can feel something. It's like every fan base is itching to have a back and forth with the Babs. And you cannot convince me that Nicki and her fans don't run the internet because they do. Because it's like everyone is always waiting for their moment. Everyone is poking. At this point, I'm now beginning to feel like the Babs are what they hate about Nicki Minaj. Because to get that amount of support, genuine support from people all over the world, because hello, raised in Africa, but had Fly as an anthem, as a pre-exam anthem before every exam. That's impact. That is impact. And that can never be bought. It can never be bought, and neither can it be boughted. And I do feel like this is the true reason why Hollywood hates Nicki Minaj. It's her fan base. So anyway, the Navy were out there getting ready to swing at Nicki Minaj. The Babs also have questions like, why does it seem that Rihanna is super comfortable and is always found wherever, Nicki is being disrespected? Her bestie is Jason Lee. She stays around the messy people and all of these things. So does it mean that she also has a vendetta against Nicki Minaj? Now, other people were also bringing in a different perspective. They say that no matter how you look at it, Rihanna is a Roc Nation baby. She is a Roc Nation baby and she will ride with her own until forever. And so people said if the man from the, brother billionaire, the title swindler, is able to use her wife as a distraction, What do you think she will do when it comes to Rihanna? Do you think she will excuse her from, you know, the shenanigans that they need to do? If they say we're getting Nicki Minaj, do you think that she will stop? She will not go to Rihanna? Because whether you like it or not, she still somehow, sort of, in my own opinion, needs that man, whether willingly or unwillingly. Because I do believe that when you deal with certain people, they never let you go without having leverage on you. Because if they do that, they know you will start singing. So I do believe that hanging around people like that, like the title swindler and all of them, they have leverage on her. It could be footage of embarrassing moments, you know, things that you don't know, that you don't want the world to see. Because there's a reason why she's not saying anything about why she stopped music. And one day, I believe one day, we will hear all about it.